All right. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Eric Burke. Hope you had a good, long Memorial Day weekend. I know weather-wise, it certainly wasn't the best Memorial Day weekend we've ever had. And I was actually just talking to one of our hosts, AJ, saying it's been a wet May. Well, yes, it has been. It's actually right now the fourth wettest May for Huntsville on record, and we still have chances for rain showers and storms as we go through the rest of the week. And then some good news, though, on your 10-day forecast, and that's the weekend into early June, the beginning of June. It looks like we've got a pretty significant pattern change coming our way, and that means some rain-free stretches. But, of course, we complain about the rain now. You never know what the end of June, July, and August will look like. Very quickly, we could flip that switch and go into drought conditions, and you know those happen pretty quickly. But we've at least got a surplus of rain for the moment. Getting a little tired of it myself. It seems like every day I'm on your TV or on your 48 weather app or right here on Weather Extra that I'm just kind of saying the same thing. It gets a bit redundant at times, but we are tracking more rain and storms as we go through the afternoon and evening hours of your Tuesday. I've got some exciting news regarding your Wednesday. We will actually see some sunshine, mainly sunny, partly cloudy, small chance of seeing some isolated showers and storms developing, and kind of a change to the forecast here, and it's not for the better. Thursday, that was looking like the one day that I thought was going to be dry. Well, some new model data coming in, and we did have to reintroduce that chance for rain showers and storms there for your Thursday. Could actually see 1 or 2 rounds of rain and storms. Friday, also a chance of rain, and then the weekend is showing signs of improvement also next week too. And we'll get to that on your 10-day forecast. Let's go right to the radar, and this is what we're looking at using the Birmingham radar site. So some of these showers are probably farther north, just not showing up because High Top is down again. High Top's been a sickly little radar site there. National Weather Service technicians going out to Jackson County to visit High Top. They say it's a communications issue, so I'm not sure if it's transmitting data or it's not receiving the data. Not sure how that works. That's why they have those technicians to get that radar back up and running. And this is what we're tracking at the moment. We've got a lot of rainfall off to our south. I'm talking a lot of rainfall. I know the Storm Prediction Center put out one of those mesoscale discussions for parts of central and southern Alabama, talking about maybe the need for a severe thunderstorm watch. I don't think we'll be included in that watch. We're on the northern end of things. The more unstable air is to our south, and I think we're just going to see a lot of rain, at least for portions of the viewing area through the afternoon into the early evening. And I think that severe weather threat stays to our south. But just kind of a closer look here, crossing through Birmingham along Interstate 22, and then going up 59 to where we have some of that rainfall just kind of tracking in. And I do think a lot of the rain and the storms today will be for areas along and east of I-65. If you live west of 65, I don't think you will stay entirely dry. I'm just saying your chances and the likelihood of you seeing showers or storms today a little bit lower than your neighbors off east of I-65. We've got low clouds. We've got poor visibility. Some of this is just kind of lingering fog. We've got some mist to deal with. It is not a very nice day. I know a lot of people, they went out to Point Mallard. We ran that story on our morning newscast over the weekend, and they got the balloons up at the Jubilee there too in Decatur. Big weekend for Decatur, Memorial Day, but as far as great pool days, I would say tomorrow and then this coming weekend, those would be your pool days for sure. I'm actually off Wednesday and Thursday this week. I'll be working the weekend morning news this weekend, but I do plan on getting some pool time in and hopefully a round of golf. I haven't played much lately, and I know it's wet. A lot of my friends played in a Memorial Day tournament yesterday, and they were saying it was a long day out there when it's that wet. Your ball just doesn't want to roll out. Here's a look at some of the low clouds here in Marshall County, Guntersville. A lot of boats out there yesterday zipping around on the water. Not as much boating traffic today. We go out to Decatur. Just another look. Just very gloomy. A very good nap day. I know you're hanging out with us for Weather Extra, and maybe after I'm done, go take a quick little nap and get ready for a rainy and stormy afternoon. Here are your temperatures. We are running a bit cooler there in DeKalb County, and that does have to do with the rainfall. You get some of that rain cool there. Everyone else in the low to mid-70s. Our highs today and recently have been limited just because we haven't had the sunshine that we typically see to boost our temperatures. So we're still warm, but these temperatures are below average. Wind was actually most gusty during the overnight hours into early this morning. I know we had some winds about 15 miles per hour during the morning newscast. Well, the rest of the day it should be pretty quiet and calm. Wind out of the south and west about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Temperatures topping out there mid to upper 70s, and then increasing chances for rain showers and storms. A lot of the areas will be along and east of I-65 as far as the scattered to numerous shower and storm coverage, but there's still a chance for you folks west of 65 to see some rain. But here's just another graphic showing kind of that rain and storm timeline with the most coverage and probably the most intensity of the rain showers and storms coming through the afternoon and evening. I already mentioned that the greater, more organized threat for severe weather is to our south, but we can't rule out maybe a stronger storm or two here with some gusty winds and a lot of lightning, maybe even some pea-sized hail. So let's get right to it, hour by hour. Exactly what I'm saying, everything east of 65. This model actually does a pretty good job at picking up on some of that activity that's currently ongoing for areas to our south town, to Birmingham out to Tuscaloosa. I think they had flash flooding happening on the UA campus there in Tuscaloosa. They were just getting dumped on with rain this morning. No severe threat, but flash flooding is essentially severe weather, just not in the form of wind and hail. It's just, that water can do damage, obviously, and it can be dangerous, especially on the roads. But here's noon, and we're tracking pretty widespread shower and storm coverage for Sand Mountain, Marshall, Jackson, DeKalb County, but showing some development, too, to our west. I said you won't be entirely dry west of I-65. Still tracking a round or two of rain showers and storms through your Tuesday evening commute and potentially even late this evening. I think the rain starts to wrap up overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and tomorrow will be a mostly dry day, and we even start off that way. If the wind is calm, which I believe it will be overnight, and we do see a little bit of clearing, I think that would leave us with more dense fog to deal with starting off here Wednesday morning. So something to keep in your mind as you're heading out the door tomorrow is the potential of seeing some dense fog. But here's the day tomorrow. I know the title of this graphic says pattern stays active. Tomorrow is the one exception to that. If anything, I think we just see some kind of diurnal convection, just the warmest part of the day. We get a bit more unstable. You see some of those cumulus clouds getting that vertical growth. I think this is going to be what we're dealing with tomorrow. Isolated, maybe widely scattered showers and storms just kind of popping up. But compared to what we've seen over this past weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and even into last week, this is going to be a pretty dry day, all things considered. Still a chance of showers and storms. Some of those storms could produce gusty winds and hail. It's a very repetitive forecast here if you're catching on at home or keeping track at home, if you will. And then we go into Thursday, and we're expecting showers and storms to roll in potentially for the morning hours, and then maybe potentially another wave coming in for the afternoon into the evening too. So this is just wave after wave of showers and storms. I think we'll see more just shower activity versus storms as we go through Friday afternoon. If you look at the model output of rainfall, so this is today, the isolated storms tomorrow, and the 1 or 2 rounds of rain and thunder we're expecting through the day there on Thursday, we're picking up another 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's not going to be evenly distributed, but that's what we're dealing with. Big cluster of heavy rain and storms coming out of Arkansas, Louisiana, tracking into parts of Mississippi, and this is the rainfall down there in Tuscaloosa that brought them the flash flooding here this morning. So for the overnight hours, 66, that will be your low. Chance of some showers, maybe some thunder too. Not anticipating stronger storms overnight. I am anticipating some areas of patchy but dense fog to develop for your morning hours there on Wednesday. We go into your Wednesday, more dry hours than what we're seeing today and what we've seen lately. I do believe we'll see some sun, kind of a partly, maybe mostly cloudy day, but a day if you're outside, definitely want to have your sunscreen with you. High temperatures will warm into the upper 70s to low 80s. And then we go to your extended forecast, and I'm pumped to show this to you because it does show a good looking weekend, and it's about time that we get a decent weekend. Can't tell you the last time we had a decent weekend. Now, Sunday, a day we're watching, there's potential that we could get one of those complexes of storms coming in, an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, that tend to roll through. That would be late Saturday night into Sunday. Those are so hard to predict this many days out. We usually know the day before that it might happen. So keep checking back for Sunday. But into next week, the beginning of June, things look great. heat, humidity, temperatures will be back near average there in the mid 80s. So if you're heading out and about today, have the umbrella. Keep an eye on the 48 weather app. Short and sweet weather extra here. I'll be on Tennessee Valley Living with Peyton Walker and our newscast at noon with Claudia Peppenhorst. So have a good day. Again, take a nap if you feel the need to, because it's just one of those kind of dreary days, and the rain and storms will start to roll in as we go through the afternoon. So have a great Tuesday and a great rest of your week. I will be back with you on Weather Extra on Friday. So tomorrow, Thursday, my day's off, and I'll see you then. So thanks for your time as always. Have a good one.